Okay, so we are picking up where we left off on Thursday. Remember on Thursday we were just solving, and now we're actually going to be doing something a little bit different. We're on the back side of that worksheet that I gave you. Okay, so number 14, it says solve for x. Write your answer in the form x equals 11 to some power. Okay, so to begin with, I have x to the fourth equals 11, and I'm actually going to rewrite this so I have some more room to show you what I want. Okay, so this is what I have. X to the fourth equals 11, and I need to get x by itself. In order to do that, the first thing I like to do is put it over 1, because I want to turn it into a fraction. Because then I'm going to raise it to the reciprocal power. And what is the reciprocal power of 4 over 1? What is the reciprocal of 4 over 1? 1 over 4. Good, I heard quite a few of you. And what I do to one side, I also have to do to the other. Okay? So if I cross multiply those, well, I'm sorry, that's not cross multiplying. Ignore that. Delete that from your brains. I did not say that. Okay, 4 over 1 times 1 over 4. When I multiply that across, I get 4 over 4, which is 1, so it simplifies completely. And then if I write x equals 11 to the 1 over 4, does that say x equals 11 to some power? Does that look like this? Is that in the same form? Yeah, then that's my final answer. Yeah? Yes, question. Why did I do the reciprocal? Good question. Why did I do the reciprocal? So, okay, if I give you x squared, this is not on your paper, but if I give you x squared equals, I don't know, let's say 64. Okay, you guys know what that is, right? But in order to get rid of the square, what do I do to both sides normally? What undoes a square? A square root, right? And how do I write a square root otherwise? Can I write a square root using an exponent? Yes, that is going to be raised to the 1/2 power. These mean the same thing. That's why I do the reciprocal. Because the reciprocal is going to give me the opposite radical or whatever I need to undo it. Okay? And also because I need that exponent to be 1. So since it's a fraction, to get 1, I have to always multiply by the reciprocal. Okay? I could have just as easily taken the fourth root of both sides. But since I asked you in that form, I needed it in exponential form to begin with. So that's why I did it with an exponent instead. Okay, number 15. It says in the form x equals 5 to some power. If I look at my question, am I starting x equals 5 to some power, or is that a different number? It's a different number. I have what number? 25. Can I write 25 as 5 to some power? Yes, 25 is 5 to the what power? 5 to the second power, right? So I can write x to the 5th equals 5 to the 2nd. And those are equivalent, aren't they? Those two equations that I have, the given one and what I rewrote. Do you understand that 25 is 5 squared? And since my final answer is going to be in the form of 5 to some power, that's why I'm going to do it. Okay. Now I'm going to put a 1 underneath it. And what is my reciprocal power going to be? 1 over 5. And what I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So then I get x equals 5 to what power? What is 2 times 1/5? It's 2 over 5, 2/5. Good. Is that in the correct form that I wanted? Yes. Yeah, so then that's my final answer. Can you try number 16? Can you try number 16 for me? Okay, are we almost done with this one? No. Okay, I need it as 2 raised to some power. 16 is 2 to the what power? Okay, good. Did you get this far? Okay, 4 to the second is also 16, but remember I want it as the base of 2. Okay. 2 to the 4th power. Okay, do you want me to pause so you can finish it now? Okay. Okay, what's my reciprocal power? What's my reciprocal power? 1/3. And what I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So I get x equals 2 to the 4/3. Perfect. Is that okay? Yes or no? Hello?
Yep.
We are like almost halfway done for the day now. Okay. What do you notice about number 17 that's different from the first three? It is a fraction. Good. So what does that mean? What do we know about fractions and exponents? They're not what? They're not fun. Okay. I heard someone say it. A negative is what gives me the fraction. Okay, so do you see how on number 17 I want x equals 3 to some power? Can I write 1/27 as 3 to some power? I can't. Yes, I can. Okay. That fraction tells me that my exponent has to be what? Negative. Okay. So we took care of the fraction part. Now 3 to what power is 27? 3 to the 3rd power is 27. If you're just guessing and you don't know these numbers, take out your special powers table. That's why you have it. Okay, do you understand that 3 to the negative 3rd power is 1/27? Okay, so that means I have x squared equals 3 to the negative 3rd power. What is my reciprocal power? 1/2. So that means I have x equals 3 to the negative what power? Negative. Good. 3/2. Do I have to turn that back into a positive exponent? No, because I'm asking you 3 to some power. That power can be positive or negative, but I want 3 raised to the power. Okay, number 18. Says solve for x, write your answer in what? Nope, not in radical form. What does it say? Thank you. Simplest radical form. And simplest is an important word. Okay. Now, what do we notice about this question in comparison to the first 4 that we did? It's in a radical at the beginning, right? So do I know how to get it out of a radical? Yes. Okay. So this tells me write it in simplest radical form for my final answer, correct? However, to get there, I'm going to have to turn it all into exponential and then back into radical form. So, to begin with, I have x to the 8th equals, and then I have 6 squared, or 6 to the what power? What's my new power going to be? 2/3, because we were practicing that last week. And then what is my reciprocal power going to be? Good. Hang on. You told me 1/8. Do we agree with that? Okay, I like it. And what I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So that means I get x equals 6 to the what power? 2/, what's 3 times 8?
24.
Oh, that is disappointing. How many of you did not tell me that's 24? Is this a simplified exponent? No. So I have x equals 6 to the what power now? 1/12. And is that my answer? No, because what does the direction say? Put that back into simplest radical form. So what is my root going to be? 12. Whoops, that's a 16. 12. And then I have 6. Do I have to write raised to the first power? No, I don't have to. Can I? Yes. Will I? No. Okay, so this is the answer for 18. Can you try number 19, please? Okay, I'm going to keep working until I think you stopped, okay? So I have x squared equals 7 to the 11/5. Is that true? Okay, and then my reciprocal power was 1/2. Perfect. So you guys wrote x equals 7 to the 11/10. And then you also wrote x equals the 10th root of 7 to the 11th power. Is that my final answer? No, good. I'm so glad. That is worth 4 out of 5 points on a quiz or a test. Why is that not the final answer? Good. Yes, it's not simplified. 10 goes into 11 one time with a remainder of 1. So this will be my final answer. Okay. Now, if I just told you write it in radical form, is the 10th root of 7 to the 11 correct? Yeah, if I said an equivalent radical form, yeah, that's okay. But I specified and said simplest equivalent radical form, or simplest radical form, so you have to simplify it as far as you can. Okay, how are we feeling so far about these questions? Pretty good? Okay, we've been doing a lot of practice with these rules, so now we're just doing our last little bit of them. Ready for 20 through 22? No, 20 through 23? What do you notice about those questions compared to the first ones? Yeah, they're already in, fraction form. So what I want to do, and what I would like you all to try to do every single time, and it will help you on your homework tonight, is to turn these numbers, if they're like perfect squares or perfect cubes or perfect fourths, turn them into their perfect numbers. Does that make sense? Yeah. I can write 9 as what to some power? 3 to the second. And we're going to put it to the lowest one. Because like for 16, right? I can write 16 as 4 squared, can't I? But I can also write 16 as 2 to the 4th. And I'm going to do it as 2 to the 4th because 2 is a smaller number, okay? So first I'm going to start. I have x to the 2/3 equals 3 squared. What reciprocal power will I use then if this is already a fraction? What did you say, Nathaniel? 3 over 2. Do we agree with Nathaniel? Yeah. Okay. So I get x equals 3 to the 6 over 2 power, which is x to the what power? 3 to the 3rd power, which is 27. Okay, questions on number 20? Is that one okay? What about number 21? How do I rewrite 16? What did I just tell you to do? 2 to the 4th. If you did it as 4 squared, is that wrong? No, but you will probably have to simplify again later in the problem. Okay. So what reciprocal power am I using? 3 over 2 again. Okay. So I get x equals 2 to the 12 over 2, which is 2 to the 6th power. And what is 2 to the 6th power? Do you know this one? What is 2 to the 6th? This is on your special powers paper. This one is, what is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2? Not 36. That is 6 squared. I want 2 to the 6th. Look on your papers. Does 2 only go to 5? Okay, well then what comes after 5? 6. Okay, so then what is 32 times 2? 64. Yeah, why does that take so long? Let's just double 64. Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, you're right. That one's not on there. But I really, really, really hope you can do 32 times 2, okay? If you know it goes up to the 5th, figure out what the next one is beyond that. Can you do 22 and 23 for me, please? Can you try 22 and 23, please? Okay, I know you guys are working on 22 and 23. While you're doing that, I'm going to show you just another quick alternate way to do this type of problem. So do you see how I have x to the 2/3, I'm going to do 21 again, equals 16? Okay. If you wanted Okay, and the reason I didn't start by showing you this is because sometimes you forget to fully simplify. But if you wanted, you could start by doing the reciprocal here. Then I have x equals 16 to the 3/2, which I can turn into radical form as the square root of 16 cubed. Okay, what is the square root of 16? 4 cubed is still 64. Do you see how I got the same answer two different ways? Okay, both of those ways will always work. I prefer the way I showed you to begin with because I think it's a little bit more simple to break it down and I don't have to keep converting between forms. But like you guys told me, what's going on back there? 2 to the 6th wasn't on your table, but 4 to the 3rd is, so that will also work. Okay. Number 22, we got this 2 cubed, which was, so x equals 2 to the 6/3, which is 2 squared is 4. Is that what you got? Awesome. And then for the last one, we got, whoops, I did not multiply by the right thing, 3/4. We got x equals 2 to the 12/4, which is 2 cubed. You get 8. Equals 8 as this final answer, yes or no? You keep, okay. Make sure you have the exponents correct. How many more examples do we have? 2. And what do those ones look like? They look weird. What is so weird about them? Yeah, they have factors. Good. That's a good thing. They have parentheses with a whole other thing inside. I have an x plus or minus some number. So, let's look at those ones. We're going to do the same idea. Okay. So, I'm going to rewrite this. I have x plus 2 raised to the 2/3 power equals, and how can I rewrite 4? 2 to the what power? 2 to the 2nd. What is my reciprocal power? 3/2. So then I'm left with, what is 2 squared to the 3/2? That is 2 to the 6/2, which is 2 cubed, which is 8. Okay, so I have x plus 2 equals 2 cubed, which means x plus 2 equals 8. And how do I solve for x now? Subtract 2. So what does x equal? What's 8 minus 2? 6. There's my answer. Okay, was that so much more difficult than you thought it would be? No. It just looked scary, but we're following the same steps, and we have an additional step. So, last one. Okay, last one. For number 25, I'm just going to start by rewriting it. X minus 4 to the 2/5 equals, and how do I rewrite 49? 7 to the 2nd power. Good. 49 is 7 squared. Okay. I think this is an appropriate number to choose after what happened yesterday with the 49ers.
What's your team again? Exactly.
Okay. What is going to be my reciprocal power? If it was 2/5, it becomes? Good. 5/2. Do we agree with that? No, we don't agree? Okay, so I have x minus 4 equals 7 to the 5th power. Do you know what that is? No, me neither. It's a gigantic number. It's 7 times 7 times 7 times 7 times 7. Will I put that on a quiz or a test if I don't put it on your special powers or give you a calculator? No, that is ridiculous. So I'm going to tell you, I just checked it on a calculator. It is 16,807. I wish I had that much money too. Okay. How do I solve for x? Subtract? I'm going to add 4. Okay, so I have x equals 7 plus 4 is 11. Carry the 1. So I have 16,811 as my answer. Okay. What would I do with $16,000? I would pay off a lot of the things that I owe.
Overdue books.